Greed, money, control. It was always part of Clash Royale, but it has never been this bad. Players are leaving, creators are walking away, and this time, it's worse than you think.
It's just a shitty game, just ran by some like money-hungry fucking company who only literally cares about making as much money as possible in the least amount of time. They don't give a fuck about the player base, they prove that time and time again. They don't give a fuck about the meta, they prove that time and time again. You just get these shitty like battle pass fucking shilling offers where it's all just about making a fucking quick buck and not taking care of the actual community, who is literally the only reason why you have any money to begin with. But instead of listening to the community, you ignore them time and 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 time again. But hey, on the bright side, at least the shop's working. I've been defending skeleton barrels for 11 months, but at least the shop's looking good.
This is the same guy who brought Clash Royale back from the dead, finally saying out loud what everyone else had been thinking for months. And the comments tell the real story. I installed again because of him after 4 years, and uninstalled after 2 months because of new level and this Dogwater Evo hero gimmick. New players who haven't touched Clash Royale in 4, 5, even 7 years came back because of jynxzi. The game surged. There were literal graphs showing player activity before and after jynxzi. After one of the most damaging updates the game ever had, suddenly creators are pulling their best numbers in ages. And millions of new eyes are on the game purely because he's streaming it. jynxzi collaborated with pros, he tried to actually improve, he showed the competitive side, and kept it entertaining enough for casual players. The combination is rare, and it worked. For the first time in a long time, Clash Royale felt alive again. People were excited to watch and play it, especially videos where Riley and jynxzi collaborated were absolute gold, and I always enjoy watching them. No matter what Riley did, jynxzi was glazing him, and it was obvious they really had fun with each other. They're a perfect duo. And I'm too lazy to research more on this, but Ian77 was actually ahead of Riley in subscriber count for years. Now, Riley is almost 300,000 subs ahead, and his numbers since the start of this year have maybe quadrupled, which is absolutely amazing, and he definitely deserves it. Am I the only one who loves those Riley and jynxzi videos, or did you enjoy them too? I mean, I know a lot of people couldn't stand them, mostly because of jynxzi's insane screaming and reactions, but honestly, I got used to it pretty quickly and ended up having a good time watching them.
Wait, which arrows? Oh! Let's
go!
Come on!
Oh my god, I didn't even see the witch. Let's fucking go.
Let's go, come on.
Oh my god, I just shit myself, dude.
Yo, what the hell?
Wow.
Now, Riley wasn't the only one who got such huge numbers. Shane's video, I gemmed a new account for 7 days straight, reached over 3.6 million views, and on his Twitter page he posted, "It's surreal to see how popular Clash Royale is again. My channel had its best month ever in 9 years of doing YouTube. And the crazy part is, I only uploaded 3 Clash Royale videos last month. Viewership for almost every Clash Royale creator has been popping off. For the first time in a long while, players are genuinely having fun with the game. And that is why this hurts so much, because Supercell had a massive opportunity here to bring the best update we've seen in years, and instead, they let it slip. And when moments like this get wasted, they usually don't come back. And what did Supercell do with that second chance? They didn't fix progression, they doubled down. Level 15, level 16, broken evolutions, heroes.
This is the starter deck that you get in Clash Royale, and I spent $3,000 to max it out. And we already beat the game with this account, but then they reworked ladder, so now we're in mid ladder again. And then Supercell releases level 16, and then they release heroes, and the second hero slot isn't unlocked until 10,000.
Progressions that even maxed accounts are calling comically impossible. Now listen, I've been playing this game for 9 years, almost 10, and I hate breaking character for serious stuff like this, but even now, I only have a handful of evolutions unlocked. I've got just one fully maxed out deck, so I genuinely cannot imagine what it's like for someone who started recently. queuing into overleveled players with heroes and multiple evolutions unlocked. At that point, it's a systemic issue. Supercell has made the game borderline unplayable for casual players. And that's where things get dangerous, because casual players are the majority of Clash Royale's player base. And when they get frustrated, they don't complain, they leave. And if you just check Google Trends, you can actually see it happening in real time. Clash Royale went from a peak of 100 down to around 54. That's a huge drop in interest. Not everyone is quitting overnight, no, but way fewer people are caring, watching, or talking about the game like they used to. And honestly, that's not surprising at all, because right now, the game has so many big problems. So let's talk about them. Number 1, heroes. A lot of us, myself included, actually gave heroes a fair chance. We tried to understand how they'd fit into the game, and after enough time, it's pretty clear why the community reaction has been so negative. The first big problem is duplicate heroes. You spend time and resources collecting hero fragments, hoping to unlock something new, and instead you get a duplicate. And what do you get back? 60 fragments, when you need 200 to unlock a hero. That is insane. Even creators who usually defend Supercell, like OJ, openly dislike this system, and that says a lot.
Heroes are a scam. Well, I love heroes, but the hero shards, not only are they hard to obtain, but you barely get any from these chests. And to maximize your progress, you have to push to the highest one possible, so you get 250% more rewards for level 4 chests. Look at this chart that I made. If you unlock 4 heroes, there is a 9% chance you'll get them all. But you can get duplicates. Once you get 200 shards, you unlock a hero, and if you already have it, you get 60 shards. So you basically lose 140 shards. If you do the math, on average, most people will have 4 heroes after unlocking 8 of them. But that's a 65% probability event. It's nearly impossible. And that's my issues with heroes. The worst part is that we only have 4 right now. But once we start seeing 10 heroes, getting that last hero is going to cost so many shards for a free-to-play player. The probabilities are so bad. This is my first time in 6 years since they've introduced the pass where this is actually better value if you play this game every day, if you want to play all the heroes, if you want to play competitive, because there's no shot you are unlocking every single hero with Pass Royale.
If you already own a hero, getting barely a quarter of its value back just destroys trust. At the very least, duplicates should give 100 fragments. Anything less just feels greedy. The second problem is complexity, especially for casual players. We already have evolutions. We already have champions. Do we really need 2 hero slots on top of that? If heroes were limited to a single slot, this update would have landed way better, and instead it added yet another layer to an already overloaded game. Too many mechanics, too many systems, too much to unlock, and casual players are the ones paying the price.
Do you like the heroes? No, not really, to be honest, because I feel like we already have the champions. I don't really get the point of having the heroes. They just want money, bro. Like, that's what it is, really. They're just trying to make money off this game, milk it. But it's so surprising to me because after jynxzi started playing the game, he made it more popular, stuff like that. Their revenue per month like increased by a lot. By the way, if some of you guys are seeing like the CRL Intel tweets where they show the earnings, the revenue and everything every month, these are not the actual revenues. It's much more than that too. So I don't know, this company seems to be greedy, man. I don't know. Like, if the concept made sense, then sure, but it doesn't make sense at all because we have champions already. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, what can we even do?
Clash Royale used to be easy to understand but hard to master. Now it's just hard to keep up. The third issue is that heroes are way too similar to champions. They have abilities, they break the flow of normal gameplay, they function almost the same way. So the obvious question players kept asking is, why weren't these just added as new champions? If we got a champion knight, champion giant, or something like that, most people wouldn't have been nearly as upset. The problem isn't abilities, it's redundancy. Heroes don't feel like a natural evolution to the game, they just feel like another monetized layer stacked on top of existing ones. And the fourth problem, maybe the most frustrating one, is not letting players choose their hero. We've already seen Supercell let players choose evolutions before, so I mean, why not here? Instead, it's basically a coin flip, and no matter how balanced it looks statistically, the reality is simple. If you don't get the hero you want, you're mad. This exact thing happened before with community votes. 2/3 of players ended up unhappy, and Supercell knew that would happen. Letting players choose would have instantly removed a massive amount of frustration. At the end of the day, heroes could have worked. But with the duplicate punishment, extra slots, overlap with champions, and forced randomness, they ended up feeling like another cash grab instead of a meaningful addition. Second, evolutions. Now, evolutions are a bit different, and honestly, this is where Supercell actually did something right. Since 2023, evolutions went through a pretty big shift. At first, it was mostly boring stat upgrades, more health, more damage, faster attack speed, and maybe a unique mechanic. But Supercell quickly realized that that would have been lazy and uninteresting. Instead, evolutions started feeling unique. Healing mechanics, ground troops turning into flying threats, new interactions that actually change how a card is played. That was the perfect way to evolve the game without making it feel stale or brainless. But here is where things started to fall apart. As evolutions became the focus, new card releases basically slowed to a crawl. And that is wild when you think about it. Clash Royale has what, around 120 to 130 cards total? And that's kind of nothing. Games can easily support hundreds of cards if they're designed well. Our brains can handle way more variety than Supercell seems to think. There are still so many unexplored ideas, new archetypes, new races, new mechanics, and honestly, it's insane how much potential is still untouched. Instead of doubling down on that, adding new cards and continuing to evolve older ones, Supercell pivoted again. And that's the frustrating part. We still don't have evolutions for most cards in the game. There's so much room to expand that system in a way that's fair, interesting, and exciting for new players. So instead of adding heroes on top of everything else, this could have been the focus. More evolutions, more new cards, more creativity. That's how you grow the game, without overwhelming players or turning progression into a nightmare. At the end of the day, I'm not making this video because I hate Clash Royale. I still love the game. I still enjoy playing it. And honestly, I want to succeed. Frustration stems from passion. Clash Royale literally changed my life. It's the reason I got into content creation, the reason I met people I would have never met before otherwise, and the reason I'm able to sit here and talk about games for a living. But more than anything, it gave me you. This incredible community that feels like family, and I genuinely love you all. Seeing a game like that slowly push players away it's just sad. And the frustrating part, none of this feels inevitable. The core of Clash Royale is still amazing. The gameplay is still fun, the strategy is still there. When everything clicks, there's nothing else quite like it. But right now, the game feels like it's fighting its own players. Casuals are overwhelmed, returning players are punished, and even the most dedicated fans are getting tired. I don't want Clash Royale to die. I don't think most players do, but if Supercell keeps ignoring frustration, keeps piling systems on top of systems, and keeps treating player attention like something they can endlessly cash in on, people will eventually stop caring. And when that happens, no update can save it. Clash Royale deserves better, and honestly, so do the players who kept it alive for all these years. If you want to remember the good old days of Clash Royale, I want to show you one of the most special videos we've ever made. It took us weeks to put together, and it goes through every card at its absolute peak power, so if you miss what Clash Royale used to feel like, I think you'll really enjoy it. I'll be happy to see you there.